Guys, it's your girl Elle coming to you live from the ATL. Of course, welcome to Gmont It Ain't Over. Today, I'm feeling a little springy. You know how I'm always telling you guys, keep some emergency hair around? Well, today was my day. It really came in handy to have some emergency hair because today was my sister's birthday. Today is my sister's birthday. And I try to get with my sister like earlier in the week to try to make plans. But she ended up having a little incident and having to go to the ER. And so, yeah, things got a little bit misconstrued. Well, they did release her, it turned out. Luckily, it was something fixable. She just had an allergic reaction to some medication. And so they were able to get that under control and send her home. But, yeah, so I was trying to get with her. So she's been, pretty much just resting the whole week. But I was trying to get with her kind of early, and make some plans. But as it turned out, it got all the way till today, the day of her birthday. And I called her this morning. I said, well, okay, so let me just call Cheryl, see how she's doing. I didn't want to put anything out there. Because of the emergency trip and whatnot, and I didn't know how she was feeling. I didn't want to put anything out there too soon. That's what I'm trying to say. But yeah, so I called her this morning to see how she was doing anyway, to check on her. As I always tell you guys, check on people. And so I called to check. So I get a text back, I'm gonna stay in the ER. So I'm like, okay, I thought they released her. I thought that they had released her, but maybe my bad, maybe, it was my mistake. And at any rate, I just went on about my day. I, kept just trying to figure out what to do with myself because today, I felt a little bit restless. Everybody has their days, and today, yeah, the sun was shining and it was bright outside. And it would have been okay to be in the house because you know me, I will find something to do. But at any rate, so once she said that, like I said, I was piddling around trying to figure out what to do with myself, and I said, okay, well, I really had needed to do my hair yesterday. But I didn't. And so it's either Saturday or Sunday for me because it's been a routine. I've had jobs. I've worked as a paralegal. Most of my life I was a hairstylist. And one way or the other, the weekends are usually used to get yourself ready for the beginning of, for the next week, right? And so I do all my beauty processes. Typically in one day, let me tell you, today I did, I took my braids down and I put hair color in my hair and I let that sit while I had a facial going. And then I kind of worked on my feet a little bit. And just at the point that I was braiding my hair down to get ready for this hairstyle that I had in mind, which was totally not this. Then my sister calls and she says, hey sis, you want to go get something to eat? And I'm like, I thought you were in the ER. She's like, girl, you texted me. I was asleep when I texted you that. So, I've been laying around, whatever, right? And I'm ready to get out of the house. And so, yes, of course, So she's like, well, I'm like, okay, so where are you in your process, right? To get your getting dressed process. And she says, well, I'm not. She says, I gotta get a shower and everything. I said, oh, okay, cool. She said, well, you wanna say, let's just say about an hour. Like, what time is it now? So she said, let's just say about an hour. Well, to be honest with you, with what I had planned for my hair, I'm like 4, maybe 3, 4 hours away from being even anywhere close to being ready. And that would just be for my hair. No makeup. The rest of the stuff that I might have wanted to do, like maybe shave my legs or, whatever. So I'm about 4 hours out, but now I got to do this within an hour. So I said, okay, no problem, because I keep a rainy day hat, but I always tell you girls, keep some emergency hair. And today, I had to pull a rabbit out of a hat, rather. I had to pull a rabbit out of a hat. I probably did have a hat that I could have put on, maybe like a little baseball cap or something, but my hair was actually wet. And I don't go out. Today was sunshiny but chilly, and so I had already sneezed a couple of times and wondered, I just kind of got over something, and I just don't go out with wet hair. I'm not used to doing that. I typically do get sick. I've tried it a couple of times. I typically end up getting sick if I go out with my hair wet. So my hair was actually wet, but I needed to have something that would like really cover it. And so I reached into my little bag of tricks, right? First thing I pull is, I was like, oh, okay, there's this wig. I had this straight wig, and I was like, where did this come from? And I kind of remembered where it came from. But it looked like, it was still in good shape. It's still in good shape. It just was a little ratted because I had kind of just stuffed it into a bag. I think I don't like it. And once I fooled around with it a little bit more, I figured out why it's still in that bag. But so after fooling around with that a little bit and getting dressed, I'm the type of person, I can't leave the house without cleaning my house. And so I'm doing a little this, doing a little of that. I had already gotten my shower, I'm lotioning, I'm doing just different little things to get ready, all my multitasking that I do before I leave the house. I cannot leave my house dirty. One never knows. One never knows. Somebody may want to come up. Somebody may want to spend the night. But at any rate, so as I'm getting ready, I have this wig on. I still have this black wig on, long, straight black hair. And I hit it, a couple of times. I even, tried to trim it a little bit, just do a little something. But it wasn't really working for me. I had my clothes on, and I looked in the mirror, and I looked, when I walked past the mirror, I was like, ew, I was looking like the girl that I always tell you not to look like. The girl who puts on a wig that either overpowers her or the wig is wearing her. She's not wearing it. The wig is wearing her. For me, a wig has to enhance you. It can't, you know what I'm saying, just look like you got something on your head. And I really hope, I love this one. Yeah, so there you have it. There's a story. I whipped out this wig. I've had this wig for many years, and not many years, but I had this wig. I've been here where I am 3 years, and probably I've had this wig at least 3 years, and it hasn't been worn too much because it doesn't have the combs that I like. You guys know, I told you I had a wig that had combs. If you got the combs in there, you can secure that sucker down to a point. I promise you, I had that wig. It was a curly wig like this, and I swam in the ocean of Aruba. That wig went all the way out the country. I swam in the ocean, and I also swam in chlorine pools. I would get out of the pool and just, run in. Sometimes I may want to add a little soap, but when it comes down to like shampooing a wig, you don't want to do, especially a curly wig, you don't want it to get too out of control, and so you just really basically want to rinse it really, really good. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes, like for me, I really love for my hair to smell like shampoo. I love to be fresh. I like everything to be fresh, and so sometimes I may just dab a little here and there. You know what I'm saying? Just to give it a fresh smell. And a lot of times I put my perfume in my hair, and I do that with my natural hair too. Yeah, because there's nothing like hugging a pretty woman and she also smells good, and it's nothing like getting that compliment, right? And so, yeah, as I said, I have my spring curls going on here. It's my spring fling. Spring's a couple of days away. And around here, I don't know, the weather keeps flip-flopping back and forth, but officially it's the 21st or the 22nd of March. And so, yeah, I'm going to be rocking this blonde wig. Blonde is a color that most brown girls may, or in my day, a brown skinned girl might not think she could, pull off the blonde, but I think I'm rocking this blonde. I think it gives, it does something. I don't know. It does something. It brightens your complexion up in a way where it's just a lift, So as I always say, don't let the sun go down on you. So yeah. I have another little, speaking of the sun, excuse me. Oops. Okay. So, yeah, we always talk about, first of all, let me put that there. We always talk about the anti-gravity movement, right? We're pumping. And we do this, as you can see, I'm wearing this little, I guess we would call it strapless. It has straps around the neck, but shoulder out, everything, this dress that exposes my décolleté. And for me, I am not a breast girl. I'm not so much a booty girl. I, do okay with legs, but but for me, I like to show off my shoulders. That might be strange. Yeah, but I do. And yeah, I feel like that's enough. Like that's all you need to see. You don't need to be seeing all the other juicy stuff. I save that, for my man. I mean, some things you're not gonna be able to help but see. But I'm just saying, as far as me like really attempting to show off, like for me, a one shoulder cropped, top, you know what I'm saying? Off the shoulders, the Carmen neckline, which comes around. Anything that exposes the shoulders, I live for that. Now, one little trick, one little extra spark that I'm gonna show you, a little trick that I do right here. You see that shoulder right there? I already have some on there, but this is probably going to. I just take a little bronzer and put it right there. And that gives me, I've been in the sun. Yeah, like a sun babe. Yeah, all day babe. Yes, this is the same bronzer that I use for my cheeks. Yes. And I have this red light, so I have to make sure I don't get the pink. But yeah, bronzing really gives you that Hawaiian beach babe kind of feel. No? I don't care how old you are. So, yeah, that's what I do right there. And it brings attention, right? Highlights, right? You could probably find other interesting places to put a little bronzer, but for me, that is the little trick that I use to give me that bronzy effect. And I think with this blonde hair, I'm going to end up having more fun. They say blondes have more fun. We'll see. Yeah. But as I said, you only get one life. Did I say that? Mae West, the famous Mae West. You guys know she was like one of the sexiest women on earth. But Mae West says, baby, you only get one life. And if you live it right the first time, that's all you need. Peace out, my lovelies. Have a beautiful, lovely Sunday. I love you guys. Happy birthday. Say happy birthday to my sister Cheryl. And again, I love you guys. Just had to check in on you. Find somebody to check in on as well. Yeah. This defies nature to burn out, guys. It's your responsibility to keep it lit.